Cardano's price continues to soar as well as have a newfound interest. Is Solana getting an ETF now? And are we hitting 100k Bitcoin today? This is your Altcoin Buzz News. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Cody, and if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when we drop latest content. Follow us on Twitter, AltcoinBuzzIO, and as always, not financial advice, and wish the best of luck in your crypto ventures. Alright guys, so every day we're hitting new all-time highs. Today we have hit almost 98,000. We have hit 98,000, $98,400. This is pretty much the area where we thought over the last couple of days that we might come to and then have a bit of a retracement. So we'll have to see what happens. Maybe we push through to 100k today, but there has been a lot of bullish sentiment leading up to this. So I am wondering now if we are going to continue back down here towards these $85,000 to $87,000 range. Take out some of these stops that have been built up here, or if we're just going to keep going. But it would make sense if we did cool off a little bit from here. But we'll have to see. This is pretty much exactly the area we drew out in the last couple of days videos. So we want to see, some kind of reaction past $99,000 to push us up to 100k if we are going to continue higher. But we are holding a little bit right here at $98,000. So we'll have to see. But moving on, we have Bitcoin Bull Run boost ETF inflows to $773 million. Amid the historic $97,000 rally. So Bitcoin is showing signs of a bigger breakout. Today it hit a record high. Now it's above $98,000 and climbing over basically 5% in the last day. Trading volume surged over 18% to $88 billion in the past 48 hours. And this is largely due to Bitcoin's ETFs. Now the ETFs have been pushed past $100 billion in total assets just 10 months after launching this past January. So the ETFs have added a lot of money into crypto. And Bitcoin is riding the bullish wave since President-elect Donald Trump's plans to foster the crypto industry. So Trump, now considered one of crypto's most prominent advocates, has energized investors and industry insiders alike. According to Caroline Bowler, CEO of Bitcoin Markets, the price rally is being fed by the frequent pro-crypto news linked to the incoming Trump administration. And so Bitcoin has surged almost 130% in 2024, outpacing assets like gold and stocks. And since Election Day, the U.S. Bitcoin ETFs have attracted over $4 billion in inflows, reflecting the growing confidence in the crypto-friendly legislation. So we've seen huge inflows, especially in the last day, of almost $1 billion. So we've just constant inflows coming into Bitcoin. So basically, this new administration is super crypto-friendly. We've been seeing new all-time highs daily, and I don't think we're going to stop anytime soon, even if we do have a slight retracement. Also, we have Galaxy Digital CEO Mike Novogratz said on the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. He said this in this video. I'll play it real quick for you.
So one of the reasons you haven't seen the great innovation in this space is people were scared of it, right? The big players were. And I think that's all going to change.
One thing that could certainly change that is a Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. There's been a lot of excitement about the government potentially buying up to 1 million Bitcoin. Do you buy that that's going to happen under this administration?
Don't know. My gut feeling is, and it will be really good if they do this, if they just pledge, which Donald Trump did in Nashville, not to sell the $20-odd billion of Bitcoin they have. That's a big, big win. I do think buying some Bitcoin to send a message that we're going to lead the world in Bitcoin is a smart idea. Yeah. I don't think the U.S. dollar needs anything to back it up. We've got the strongest military in the world. And so, again, my guess is buying 1 million Bitcoin would seem a little extreme to try to back, a $28 trillion economy up. But sending the message that we're going to lead in this space, I think is a great idea.
So that would be huge, even if the U.S. didn't buy any more Bitcoin. If they just held the $20 billion of Bitcoin they have seized from Silk Road and probably a couple other places, I believe. If they just held on to that and didn't dump it like the German government, that would be a win right away. If Trump just came out and said, hey, we're never going to sell this Bitcoin, we're just going to hold it in our reserve. And then even if, like Mike said, if they start to buy just a little bit of Bitcoin, not enough to make like a huge impact, like a $1 million Bitcoin, 1 million Bitcoin buy, even if they start buying some to show, hey, we are fully interested in this, then other nations and other countries are going to start as well. I know China is looking to do the same as well. Moving on, we have Cardano's price is surging as whale activity surges. Now, this is not something that I would have expected, but hey, Cardano is making a comeback. So this jump in price comes at a time when whale activity, big investors buying ADA, has spiked 145% in the last month. And so in the last week, ADA has gained almost 54%, making one of the top performers in altcoins. And with ADA being such a huge market cap, it takes a lot of money to pump ADA 54%. And so investors are now keeping a close eye on ADA. Actually, this is one that we took it in the Discord about a couple hours ago now. This setup, this is something that we love to see. We have a high time frame resistance here. We broke through it, and now we're reclaiming as support. So I actually put in the Discord. If you're not following, it's free. You can go join the Discord and see these trades that I post. And yeah, this is one we're taking right now. We're targeting just under $1 because I think we'll probably get there soon. And then we have a stop loss below around 71 cents. But this looks great. This is exactly what we want to see. Breakthrough, reclaim, come back up. Cardano is looking great. So in the last week, like we said, ADA has gained 54%. Crypto expert Ali Martinez even predicts that ADA could reach as high as $6 during this market cycle, which would be huge, massive market cap, following a pattern similar to the one seen during the 2020 bull run. And so, I mean, we could get that. It seems far-fetched, but we could do that. If Cardano starts teaming up with, projects like XRP, and we start having some huge US kind of cryptocurrency push, like Trump wants to have US cryptocurrencies not have any tax on them. I don't know how plausible that is, but if that's a narrative, then Cardano and XRP, which are, have US companies, could be tax-free. It's not probably going to happen, but it's a possibility. And so Ali says, I don't understand the hate towards Cardano. You don't have to marry the coin, just trade it, which we are doing now. This is actually the first time I think I've ever longed Cardano. And it's up 140% since this post. I'll see you at $6. So he's showing a chart based on this 2021 cycle. If we do a similar kind of push, we could go towards $6 he's targeting here. Seems a bit high for me. I would love to see us towards, $2, $3 later this cycle. But there's just so many more alts. So it's going to have to take a lot of money to pump it that high when there's so many other things. But Cardano, I will say, is doing well. It's having a comeback. So I like to see that for Cardano and the Cardano community. SUI, the Layer 1 blockchain renowned for its unparalleled performance and limitless horizontal scaling, has officially integrated FDUSD, the stablecoin developed by First Digital Labs, one of the largest in the world. In recent months, FDUSD has emerged as the second multi-billion-dollar market cap stablecoin to integrate seamlessly with SUI. And this makes SUI the first blockchain that FDUSD has expanded to since its launch last summer. FDUSD will enhance both the liquidity and efficiency of transactions, further bridging traditional finance to the ever-expanding digital economy. And earlier today, SUI announced on X that the SUI network is currently experiencing an outage and not processing transactions. We've identified the issue and a fix will be deployed shortly. Then, shortly after, they followed up by saying the SUI network is back up and processing transactions again, thanks to swift work from the incredible community of SUI validators. The 2-hour downtime was caused by a bug in transaction scheduling logic that caused validators to crash, which has now been resolved. A great turnaround time for SUI. By now you've seen that big post-election pump into Bitcoin, taking it past $90,000. But did you notice that SUI is pumping massively as well? It's quickly become one of the leading alts in the market. SUI is killing it in all the big sectors it supports, such as DeFi, where SUI recently crossed $1.5 billion in TVL in record time. SUI's liquidity aggregator DeepBook also launched its Deep token in October. SUI's naming service is launching its NS token in November, with one of the biggest airdrops in the ecosystem so far, as well as gaming, where the new SUI Play OX1 will be the first handheld Web3 gaming device with pre-orders through the roof. And increased access globally with native USDC and Coinbase deposits and withdrawals means getting SUI and USDC no matter where you are is easier than ever. SUI even has a small but growing meme coin market for meme coin lovers. So if you haven't used SUI lately, go give it a try and follow SUI's X account for all the latest updates with a link down below. Then we have Bitwise registers a Solana ETF in the US state of Delaware. So digital asset manager Bitwise registered a statutory trust in Delaware for proposed spot Solana ETF, indicated that it may soon file an S1 registration statement with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. So the Bitwise Solana ETF was incorporated on November 20th, according to Delaware. Bitwise would still need to submit a 19B4 filing an S1 registration statement to the SEC to officially join the race with Vanek and Canary Capital, who have already proposed their own spot Bitcoin ETFs. And on October 1st, Bitwise filed to register a spot XRP ETF in Delaware and then submitted its S1 form to the U.S. securities regulator the next day. So if they did file this in Delaware, they could be filing, for the official SEC form today for the Solana ETF, which with this new administration, it's very possible it happens soon. So if approved, the Bitwise Solana ETF would seek to track the price of the world's fourth largest cryptocurrency. Now, Vanek, which has already filed for a spot Solana ETF, their head of digital research, Matthew Siegel, said the odds of a U.S. spot Solana ETF will be overwhelmingly high by the end of 2025, especially now with Trump's administration. Part of Siegel's rationale was based on a more crypto-friendly regulatory environment, under the Trump administration, who takes office in January 20th. And many industry pundits say inflows into approved Solana ETFs may be small relative to what's been seen in the Bitcoin and Ether ETFs. Although I will say, I think if there is a Solana ETF, it's going to get way more than the ETH ETF, because ETH has just been underperforming, and I think we'll see a lot more inflows. It'll be the second after Bitcoin, obviously, but I think we'll get a lot more inflows than an Ether ETF. And so Solana has been one of the top performers this bull cycle so far, increasing by 2,360%, which is insane. To think it was $7 just a couple years ago, and we didn't stack up all we could at $7. It's a shame. But Solana has been amazing. We're at $245 now here. I actually have to adjust my little thing. We are only just under 6% away from its all-time high. So I think Solana is going to try and push for its high very soon. Anytime we get towards the all-time high, there's always a push. We might have a push up to 259, and then there's probably a lot of orders here to sell. So we might reject right before it, but I imagine similar to Cardano, where it was consolidating underneath a resistance, it'll do something like this, and then it'll push through and then come down and then off to the races above new all-time highs. I expect that probably to come pretty soon. If Bitcoin is up almost, 4 or 5% today, Solana's up 4%. I could see us, in the next day or two, Solana pushing towards this high here at 259, and then we can finally see some new Solana all-time highs. And lastly, we have Somnia launches DevNet for 400,000 transactions per second blockchain testing. So designed for mass consumer applications like games, SocialFi, DeFi, and Metaverse, Somnia promises to shake things up in the blockchain world. Somnia's internal tests show a jaw-dropping result, processing over 400,000 transactions per second with sub-second finality, and transaction costs are less than a penny, even when the network is packed. So a new, potentially super fast blockchain coming. The lightning speed comes from Somnia's cutting-edge technology, including its custom IceDB database, advanced compression methods, and multi-stream consensus system that speeds up execution and networking. And to make life easier for developers, Somnia is fully EVM compatible, meaning they can use Ethereum familiar tools to build dApps. Even better, Somnia supports real-time reactions to on-chain events directly in Solidity, making it ideal for building fully decentralized, reactive apps like games and live applications. And so Somnia is having their public DevNet right now. We could be seeing another super fast blockchain coming soon. But that is it for the video, guys. We are hovering just under $98,000. Are we going to push towards 100,000 today? It's very possible. By the time this gets uploaded, we could be seeing $100,000, or unfortunately, we could be slowing down as we get to this key area where a lot of people want to front run the $100,000 level. They want to front run retail getting in and a lot of FOMO coming. So I could see it going either way. We'll have to wait and see, but that's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. New all-time highs pretty much every day right now. I'll see you guys tomorrow.